what we're looking for. Now, with no further ado, I'm going to bring up your host for the evening. This gentleman travels all over the country. He just came back from Las Vegas doing shows there. We're lucky to have him here. You're going to love him as much as I do. Let's hear it for your host, Brian Stedman. How you doing tonight? I'm Brian Stedman. So guys, how we doing tonight? So nice to be here. I'm so glad to be out of Atlantic City. It's crazy, man. I don't know if you guys have been down to Atlantic City, but it's getting a little scary down there. Actually, we're getting a little bit better. I got to admit it, we are getting better now. We've actually come out with a new advertising slogan and campaign to compete with the other states in the country that have gambling. You know, everybody knows what Vegas's slogan is. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? We're competing with Philly now. You know, please don't leave your children unattended while you gamble. I've seen the commercial on TV. Atlantic City, if you guys have driven down to Atlantic City, down the Atlantic City Expressway, you've seen our new billboard. You know, it says syphilis. It does. There is. Yep. The slogan is, you know, welcome to Atlantic City. You may not win, but you're going home with something. Very fitting for Atlantic City. Seriously, very, very fitting. You know, I've lived all over the country, and I think I finally found the perfect place for me. Yeah. I was born and raised in Detroit. I moved to New York in the 80s to feel safe. If you're not laughing at that, you've obviously never been to Detroit. So, yeah, I went from Detroit to New York to LA. I was in St. Louis for a while. I was in Chicago. I went to Baltimore. Came down here from Trenton. Anybody see a pattern? Yeah, I think I keep moving to places that have just enough shootings where I don't get homesick. And just enough violent crime, I got something to fall back on in case this comedy thing doesn't work out. So, yeah. In Atlantic City, it's pretty easy. I get some empty seats in there. I just follow them to their car after the show. So, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I lived in New York for a while. Actually, I was homeless in New York for a while, and I thought I had seen everything. Seriously, I thought I'd seen everything. You know, I was living on the subways for a couple of months. And you would think you would see everything degenerate you can possibly see. Yeah, I moved to Atlantic City, and they're like, here, hold my beer. Yeah. The other day I was out there, I still can't get this out of my head. I can't stop thinking about it. There was two guys that came up from underneath the boardwalk, and one of them walked over to one of the benches right on the boardwalk, opened up, unfolded a napkin, laid it on the ground, dropped his pants, and took a dump into the napkin. Oh. I was like, oh my God. He then picks up the napkin by its corners, hands it to his friend, who puts it in the baggie, ties it up, walks it over, throws it in the garbage. Like, what is this, Curb Your Bum Week? What the fuck is this? I couldn't stop thinking about it. I still can't get it out of my head. All I kept thinking was, Jesus, I want a friend like that. Good Lord, how great of a friend is that? Seriously. I don't know about you. I ever handed my friend a napkin full of shit? That thing's going right back in my face. I don't have a friend like that. So, now, before I get going too far into my set, guys, I just have to address the elephant in the room right away. Let's get this done and over with. Yes, ladies, I'm single. Thank you for the one whistle from the guy. The rest of y'all can go fuck yourselves. That was harsh. Jesus, that hurt, man. You're all looking at me going, gee, what a shock. Alopecia Santa Claus doesn't have a girlfriend. That's fucked up. Seriously. You know? And when I say elephant in the room, guys, it's not because I'm fat and I have a good memory. Because I have a nice trunk and I like it in the bush. I think I may have lost a couple of you on that one. You young guys over here, you look confused as hell. See, when I say bush, vagina used to come with hair on it. That's what I mean by that, okay? Ask your girl when you get home, okay? Yeah, it's true. I wouldn't lie about something like that, honestly. You used to have hair on it. Put it this way, when I was your guys' age, If I put my hand down there and felt nothing but smooth skin, I'm putting myself in jail at that point. It's not right, man. It's getting weird. I'm getting older now. Dating's gotten weird. I just don't understand women. I just don't. I don't get you guys. Even your insults are fucked up. I don't understand. How can they be insults? My ex-wife, she's like, oh, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. You can't even do laundry right. You can't even fold my laundry. You don't do dishes right. Just go in the fucking living room. Go watch the football game. I'll take care of this. How am I the stupid one in this thing? I no longer have to do laundry or dishes. How am I the stupid one, right? You call all men dogs? How is that an insult? Dogs are the most loyal, loving animals on the fucking planet, right? That's a compliment, right? You know, and you guys say, oh, all men have trust issues. No, we don't. We're the most trusting animal on the planet. Seriously, I'll prove it. Every single guy in this room, okay? I don't care if we have known you our entire lives, or we just met you backstage at a man-hating Indigo Girl concert. We will take our most prized, protected possession and willingly place it in your mouth and trust you not to bite it off. That's fucking trust, okay? There's no bigger trust than that in the world. Seriously, it's not, right? No. Now, anybody celebrating anything tonight? We got birthdays in here tonight. Celebrating anything? Nobody celebrating shit?
26.
What's that?
Our birthday passed on the 26th.
All right, so that's close enough. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Let me ask you a question. Actually, let me ask all you guys a question. You guys mind getting older?
No.
Right answer. I get pissed at my friends who get mad about getting older because I don't think they're doing it right. Right? We can still do the same things we did when we were younger. Just gotta tweak it just a little bit. Right? Like I still like going to the nightclub with my friends. I still go at least once a week like I did when I was in my 20s. You know, the only difference is now is we go at 3 o'clock in the morning and we sit outside the club. We wait for the drunk girls to come out in their high heels, looking like newborn giraffe, trying to walk for the first time. And then we bet on them. Right? We bet if they're going to fall or not. Like, I got 20 on the blood. She's going down. Yeah, we bet if they're wearing underwear or not. Points are doubled if they have a penis. Don't laugh. I live in Atlantic City. It's a great bet. I won a lot of fucking money on that bet. Seriously. All right? It's awesome. Yeah. I still like watching porn. You know, I watch the same amount of porn as I did when I was younger. You know, only difference is now is I need my readers to see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I gotta bring it into focus, right? You guys laugh, but it's a bigger deal than you guys give us credit for. You guys can back me up on this with the glasses. You know, every time you really start getting into it, you gotta stop and push your glasses back up. I'm not gonna lie, that breaks the rhythm a little bit, right? Sometimes you gotta start over from scratch. Not so easy when you get to be my age. So. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Getting older does have its disadvantages as well. In the last year and a half, I've suffered 5 heart attacks, and I've had 2 heart surgeries. So I'm really happy to be here with you all tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Now, just so you guys know, that's not part of my act. That is a true story. Okay, so if I do happen to collapse on stage, fucking help me. Okay. See, the comics are just gonna take video and put it on YouTube. Okay. I need your help. Nitrous is right here in the right pocket. Help me out. Okay. But it's crazy, man. You look at the world differently. Like my inner filter is now completely gone. You know, it goes right from here, right out my mouth. I don't care anymore. But it does get me in trouble. It does. My last heart attack was July 4th, this past July 4th, and I was in the emergency room for 18 hours, and then I was asked to leave. Yeah. Well, it turns out for the last 8 hours, every 15 minutes, I was buzzing the nurse, telling her I couldn't get out of bed and I needed a sponge bath. She decided to call my bluff, though. You know. She came in at the end and said, okay, if you can't get out of bed, we have to give you a catheter. I swear to God, the biggest feeling of joy came over my entire body. I started grinning from ear to ear and put my hands back like this. She goes, "What the fuck are you smiling at?" I said, "Well, with a sponge bath, there's only a possibility you're going to touch it. With a catheter, you have to touch it. And if I'm going to be in an emergency room for 18 hours with no insurance, I want somebody touching it, okay? It's not too much to ask for. Am I wrong? Seriously. And it's their own fault. It's their own fault. Do we have any nurses in here tonight? Nurses? No nurses? I don't know if you guys have been to the hospital lately, or if you haven't been for a while. I haven't been to a hospital for a long time. My ex-wife was a nurse, and they changed the designers of the uniforms. All right, because like I said, my ex-wife was a nurse, never looked hot in scrubs, ever. She looked like she was getting ready to clean the house in something comfortable when I left for work every day, right? But I swear to God, that week I was in the hospital, I saw more camel toe than I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy shit, those things got tight. Even the guys had camel toe. Was not ready for that part of it, seriously. The guy that prepped me for my surgery had the biggest moose knuckle I've ever seen in my entire life. I could tell what religion he was from like 10 feet away. I was like, he's definitely not Jewish. I can see the turtleneck from there. Jesus Christ. They sent me into this dark room in the basement. Hottest girl I've ever seen came walking out of the back room. There's like smoke and lights coming out behind her. Her scrubs were so tight I could read her tattoos through her clothing. At that point, I don't know what they were doing for my heart condition, but they definitely cured my erectile dysfunction. I'll give them credit for that part. At least I got something cured while I was in there. You know, it's crazy. I'm convinced God's a woman now too. You know, completely convinced. It's true. I mean, I not only survived the heart attacks, the heart surgeries, being born and raised in Detroit. I've been shot twice. I've been stabbed 7 times. Right? I've OD'd on at least 6 occasions. And it's pretty clear to me that God's a woman, because just like every other woman in my life, she doesn't want me either. Right? Giving that bitch every opportunity to take me. And she's like, fuck that, leave him down there. We're not ready for his ass at this point. We need to, recoup a little bit. We got to prepare. So I think the devil's the same way, because I don't think they want me to take over yet. So I'm not ready to give up his crown down there. So it's crazy, man. It's weird though. I love being older. It gets weird though. Dating does get weird. It's strange. People are just bizarre at this point. I don't get it. So I smoke a lot of weed. That kind of compensates it. Where my pothead's at? All right, guys, the only reason I asked that question is a couple of months ago in Atlantic City we had a cop convention, and for like an entire week the entire audience were cops. And I know weed is legal here in New Jersey, but I am not comfortable around that many cops, so I stopped bringing it in with me to the show. So I just asked that question to see if I can get hooked up later on. So anybody want to do that slide handshake with me or drop something in the tip bucket on the way out? I'd really fucking appreciate it, because it's getting a little rough out here. The edibles are starting to wear off. So. It's weird though. I went quite a bit of time during my life without doing a lot of drugs. I'm 30 years away from doing hard drugs. I'm clean from doing hard drugs, heroin and cocaine. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. When I was married, I didn't smoke weed because my wife hated it. I went 11 solid years without touching a drop of alcohol. Then I turned 12. I went 13 years without smoking weed, and then I started smoking again, and holy shit, that stuff changed, man. Good Lord.
It's different nowadays.
Holy shit. I remember when a dime bag was 3 fingers at the bottom of a Ziploc bag. Yeah. I bought it the other day. It looked like a silica pack you get with new shoes. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? It's gotten stronger, though, too. I remember being able to smoke a whole bag of weed with all of my friends. And the only thing we thought about raiding was like the refrigerator or 7-Eleven. You smoke one joint among 8 kids now, and they talk about raiding Area 51. Like, what the fuck? You go to the dispensaries, they have all these sections. It's like 2,500 square foot, different kinds of weed. Like I remember when I was younger, there was Homegrown, there was Maui Wowie, and there was Acapulco Gold. That was about it. I went in there, they had a whole baking section. They had like, London pound cake, Girl Scout cookies. They had a whole gelato section, orange, blueberry, I was, what the fuck? I'm like, I haven't even smoked yet and I got the munchies. What the fuck is this? I go outside, Girl Scouts are selling cookies right outside. I'm like, high-fiving the moms. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Gotta teach your kids right, right? No, I love this. I love it, man. It's although the best thing about weed being legalized here in New Jersey is now all the guys I used to buy weed from now sell mushrooms. Seriously, if you have not been on a casino floor tripping on mushrooms, I highly recommend it, okay? Turns any casino into Disneyland. It's fucking amazing. I sat there at the Buffalo machine the other night for 2.5 hours, and that was the best ride I've ever been on in my entire life. Try it out. Don't knock it, guys. All right, guys, ready to keep this show rolling along? You got to do better than that. You guys ready to keep this show rolling along? There you go. Guys, we're in for a treat. Now, we have a young lady in here from Philadelphia. She is amazing. She just recorded her first album at the Punchline in Philadelphia. Let's hear it for Peggy O'Leary.
What an entry. That is too nice. How are you feeling? It was helium, but that